Hey,
Hey.
hi, we're live. I can see it on the thing.
We made it.
Yes. Hello, welcome everyone to this week's exciting edition of What the Hell's Wrong with Dead by Daylight? Or What the Hell's Right, should I say? I should.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just,
Hopefully more right than wrong this time.
usually we keep a good average. So, hello everybody, good to see you again. I haven't been on in a while, I missed you.
Oh.
Thank you. You've been here pretty much every time.
Almost every time.
It's sort of your show now. Good,
Oh, no.
good for you. All right, with me as today, I'll say Stéphane Horvat, who is our pleasant game designer.
Hello.
And Thierry Léonard, who I believe is your first time.
Yes, it is indeed my first time. So
Say
I'm
hi.
a
He's a
gameplay programmer on Dead by Daylight. So I've been responsible for the Freddy rework. So nice to meet you, everyone.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Nightmare rework.
Yes, we will.
We have a lot to talk about. So first of all, I will say, because people are going to ask, the PTB, where you can get your grubby little hands on Freddy, is going to be next Tuesday, which is July 9th.
The 9th.
So there, you will be able to play that then. Okay, other than that, I should also extend a huge thank you to our ACMs, our mods, and every other contributor that we have out there. We appreciate your hard work.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, so that was the moment of nice. Okay, let's talk about Freddy rework. How did we change all of this?
Well, how and why, I guess, would be
Well,
the big
yes,
question.
we can say why, but I mean, you talked a little bit about it in the anniversary stream,
did.
so get back on that.
I'm going to get back on that. So, ultimately, there were some frustrations playing as and against the Nightmare, which Thierry and I, as well as other members of the team, have tried to work towards alleviating
Yeah.
by addressing the power and changing things that were not as fun. So, for example, putting someone to sleep, waiting 7 seconds, and then being able to hit them was frustrating for a lot of killers.
Anytime you're not able to hit someone is very frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was kind of part of Freddy's kit before, as it is live.
Yeah.
Other than that, he had a 50% action speed debuff for survivors, which meant that doing actions were rather long. Of course, this would want you to get out of the dream, or force you to get out of the dream, but it was a bit too imposing.
It's a powerful thing to do,
Yeah.
but it's pure frustration.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
not the funnest power.
So we took that out, and in addition to that, there was no consistent way to wake up.
Yeah.
So when you're the last person, getting those skill checks was very difficult, and would give away your location, of course, as well. So we've addressed these things in addition to the Dream World vision, which was problematic for some people.
Yeah, it was a little dark, it was a little grainy, it was, tough to
Exactly.
navigate.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, how does that work? How does the sleep work? Because obviously sleep is still a huge part of this.
Sleep is a huge part of this, the sleep cycle in general. So ultimately, I'm going to start with people who are awake.
Yes, please.
Would you mind rolling some video, my friend there,
I think
Francois?
that we are not even calling them awake.
No, this is just regular time. No, this is microsleep.
Yeah, that's it.
Microsleep.
Oh, that was a short video. I think we can do better.
Oh, here we go. We're going to do it again. Thierry, would you like to explain microsleep?
Okay, so basically microsleep is the new way we'll balance Freddy being invisible when you're awake. So basically, since we've pretty much reworked the sleeping mechanics and you can hit people when they're awake, you will of course be able to see him when he's near you. So basically, when you're within 16 meters, you will always see Freddy. And when you're between 16 and 32 meters, you'll see glints of him going in and out of existence. So you'll be able to know where he's coming, know where he is. But when he's outside the star radius, you'll be completely in the dark.
Exactly. And in addition to this, you hear the terror radius instead of the
Yes.
lullaby, which on live right now, when you're awake, you hear the lullaby.
Ah,
So
yes.
the terror radius is more consistent. This is what all of our killers have. You're going to be playing against the terror radius and a slightly difficult to see Freddy.
Also important to note that there have been recent changes to the lullabies,
Yes.
And
Huntress and Freddy.
and they are now not directional.
Exactly. So you don't know exactly what direction they're coming from, but you do know the distance at which they are
Yeah.
as it gets louder when they get closer.
There.
Yes, sir.
Good. So that means in effect that Freddy can now hit people all the time.
All the
If
time.
you see them, you get close, you can hit them.
Exactly.
And there will be no action speed debuff at any time.
During in his base kit, there's no action speed debuff.
Aha.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to get
We
at.
have made add-ons that do the action speed debuff, but they do not put it to 50% as it currently is. It's going to be a reduced amount.
Okay. And so you can fight off the sleep also while you're getting sleepier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have ways to fight off the sleep, which you couldn't before.
No.
Like once your head was going like this, you were gonna fall asleep.
You're going to fall asleep. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you could fail a skill check.
Oh yeah,
And then
during
wake
that
up.
period.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's get into a little more detail.
Awesome.
Once you're asleep, how do you wake up?
Well,
Specifically.
first of all, can we talk about how much time it takes to fall asleep?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So it takes 60 seconds to fall asleep, and it's passive. It happens at all times.
So everybody starts, and you see the timers of everybody go down up to 60 seconds.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. While they are asleep, you hear the lullaby, as I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the terror radius, and the lullaby, as we just mentioned,
Yep.
is distance-based, not directional. So this should be very difficult to know. Well, more difficult to know where Freddy's coming from.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to be much more aware. This should be problematic for people in chases as well, as you're not exactly sure which way he's gone.
I have to take a second here to appreciate the fact that for those videos we made sure to use shirtless David King.
I'm not going to say that was me.
Okay.
But I'm going to insinuate it. Do we want to talk about? Oh, and the Dreamworld Vision that you see right now is not the finalized version. We are still working on it, so we're going to see that in the PTB next
Yeah.
week.
Also, we should probably put on a disclaimer again here, and we'll keep doing that all the time now. This is how it is right now, today. When we put it on the PTB, there might be small changes from today to the PTB, although probably not much, but maybe a little bit. And then once it's on the PTB, we'll get people's feedback, we'll act on it, and then before we put it live to everyone, it's not going to be the exact same thing again.
There's
That's
a high
the whole
chance that
point
it will
of the
be different.
PTB.
Yeah, exactly.
There.
Yeah. So let's talk about those lovely wake-up mechanics that you were
Yes,
talking
please.
about. Yeah. Thierry, would you like to bring us through the three
Okay.
ways that people can wake up?
Okay, so there's many ways to wake up. Firstly,
Three.
there's a old and trusty failing the skill checks, which
That's still the case.
yeah, that's still the
there.
case. I think some people in the team loved it, so we're keeping it. I mean, there's an obvious drawback that you reveal your position to the killer and lose some progress, but overall, it's still.
If I understand correctly, there's also a small change where it actually takes longer. No, that's not it.
That's not for that
That's
one.
not-
Why is it written there then?
We're going to get there.
Oh,
We're gonna get
awesome.
there. Oh, no, that's for the wake-up action.
I think
okay.
I messed up the order, maybe.
No, it's okay.
No, it's fine. It's me.
It's all right. All right.
And there's
Okay.
also extra skill checks, right? So now you can wake up using sabotage skill checks. In
Yes.
addition.
In
Yes.
addition.
Yeah. Other than that, we have the wake up action.
Yeah, the wake up action is when you fall asleep, you will see the aura of a weird drawer appearing in the dream world. This drawer, on this drawer, there's an alarm clock that you can interact with and rip open out of a bubble.
Yes.
I mean,
you rip
it
you're
off.
You're going to see it in the video.
Yeah.
They run over to this white dresser right here that has this weird nightmarish bubble, and you grab the alarm clock that is ringing.
And you rip it off.
Yes.
And then it disappears, and then you're awake.
Yeah. And that gives you a 30-second pause
yes.
before you fall asleep again.
Which is, again, a minute.
No.
By default,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the 1 minute to fall
Yes.
asleep.
Yeah.
So you get 30 more seconds up to 90. Of course, the drawbacks of this method is that you're linked to only one of those drawers, and you're linked to the one that is furthest from you.
So it's
When you
a
fall
little
asleep.
bit like the jigsaw box.
A little
Yeah.
Not for the procedural, the placement of the key and everything, but there's only one that's for you, and it's always going to be far away.
Yeah, but you don't have to choose. You don't have to run to each one to find out which one's
No,
the
no,
right
no.
one for you.
Yeah,
in
that's
this
it.
case,
You can only see the one you're linked to, and when you walk up there, you're good. It's not a very long interaction, and like I said before, it gives you 30 more seconds before falling asleep the next time.
yeah,
Which
and
is probably the best way to wake up.
Yeah, with the caveat that it can take quite well.
You have to get to it.
Yeah, it takes probably like 15 seconds or something. So maybe so. Finally, there's the last method. That is, you can also have one of your friends wake you up.
With the
Awesome.
wake up.
click, click, clap, clap,
Yeah.
snap, snap. Yeah.
To balance this method of waking up, we've added a penalty that makes it that each time you wake up someone, it will take more and more time to wake up the next time you try to do it again.
Yeah.
So the first time is like 4 seconds?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's 8.
Then it's 12.
And then it's 16.
16. And then it stays 16.
And then it
Yes.
stays 16.
Okay.
This means that it's basically the best method of waking up for the first time. The second time, it's okay, and then the more you use it, it's not really worth it anymore.
Yeah. There's no way to reset this at the moment.
And you can only wake someone up if they're fully healed.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to heal them first.
And you have to be awake to wake somebody else up. Yeah. That's one of the key components as well.
So if everybody is asleep, then you have to go get the alarm clock. Or fail a skill check.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Good. And also the actions don't take forever to do, so the skill checks are not as painful as they used to be.
And it's also the reason why you can heal before you can wake are allowed to heal before waking somebody up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the heal was so long.
Yeah, it made
that
no
you
sense.
kind of had to wake people up first.
So it's also the case that the heal is more important than waking up in most games, most situations.
We have a question here. Does the killer know when you're using the wake-up clock?
No, they do not.
So they don't see a pop or anything. Although they'll see your icon go from sleeping to not sleeping.
Exactly.
But it could have been any reason.
Yeah, we didn't want to give the killer this kind of map awareness.
In one of our earlier prototypes, the killer actually could saw which clocks had people linked to it, and it was a little too much information.
Yeah, we even highlighted the aura of the person after they used the clock.
Yeah,
That's
that didn't last very long.
With his abilities.
Yeah,
It was very difficult.
which is a great segue
thank
to what the hell does Freddy do?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's start with dream snares. Do you want to take off dream snares?
If you want. Basically, dream snares are some traps that you can put on the ground.
Like this?
Like this. Whoop-a-lay.
So what happened here? What are we seeing?
What we're saying? So basically, it's a pool of blood on the ground from which Anne starts grasping at survivors when they welcome them.
They're only visible when you're asleep, and they're only triggered when you're asleep.
That's it.
Yes. So basically, they slow the survivors by 15% and prevents them from doing fast vaults. In that regard, they're kind of similar to the clown gas.
Exactly.
And they also serve a similar purpose of blocking loops and helping you catch swift survivors.
Also, they scream when they hit the trap.
Yeah, and they give a loud noise notification similar to when you trigger madness.
So can you just put traps everywhere?
Yeah, you have a total of
8 tokens.
8 tokens.
8 tokens.
Yeah. And then what happens?
Yeah, when you run out.
Oh,
Do you have to go in lockers to
Yeah.
refresh them?
No.
It's not a stupid question.
No, the Huntress does this.
Yeah, I know.
Can't take it away from the Huntress.
Yeah. In that regard, it works like the ag traps. So basically, the oldest one disappears and
So you can
is
keep
replaced.
putting them everywhere you want.
Yes.
Yeah. And you also don't have a slowdown. If you're watching in the video right now, there is no slowdown when you
To
use
place
your
trap.
traps. They do take a second to arm, so you can't necessarily place it on somebody who's running in front of you. It's more so to when they get back around the loop
Yeah, okay.
that you can use it effectively.
Good. So that's the dream snares. Obviously, these can be slightly modified by some add-ons that we have, which can be fun.
Ish. Yes, you can trigger some status effects when people
that's
trip
it.
the.
That's what I had in mind.
stuff.
Second one is dream projection, which is going to be the funkiest for sure.
Yeah, so this is his map pressure tool. The dream snares is more for chases. So dream projection allows you to teleport to a generator by channeling an ability.
Ooh, I think there's a typo there.
Protection.
Dream protection,
Yeah.
not dream protection.
Close enough. So dream projection causes the generator to explode in blood while you're teleporting towards it, and a copy of Freddy comes out of the ground, which you then take place of that Freddy. If you cancel at any time, the blood will stop, Freddy doesn't come out of the generator, and your power goes on cooldown.
So the whole thing is on a cooldown.
The whole thing's on a cooldown. So you have 45 seconds
Before
cooldown
you
by
can
base.
teleport again.
Yeah, but if survivors are asleep, you get a reduced cooldown of 15% per sleeping survivor.
Which means that if you have a lot of sleeping people, you can teleport everywhere and you laugh.
60% cooldown.
Yeah.
And is one of the best laughs in our game,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, and I think with add-ons, it's
I-
even reached up to 80%
Yeah, it's 80%.
reduction. So have fun with this, guys.
It's going to be good.
And I think the clown has the best laugh.
Really?
Like
The doctor is pretty dope too.
I just like the clown.
It's really like rusty too. Oh, there you go.
All right. So that's dream projection.
Yes.
And then there's a special little thing that happens if you use some add-ons, correct?
Specific add-ons. We're not going to
Yes.
go into the specific add-ons.
Before,
specifically.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Does calm spirit prevent people from screaming when you step on a snare? That's a very good question. Thank you,
If it doesn't,
to be
it
verified.
definitely should. If it doesn't, it definitely should because it has squelched the madness screams. So naturally, it should stop the
Okay.
scream from the nightmare.
But we'll double check.
We're gonna double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yes.
So yes, let's move on to add-ons that do funky things.
Yes. So we have an add-on. We talked about this in the live stream already. Ultimately, you can take an add-on, just change your snares to pallets. So these are dream pallets.
So you won't have the snares.
You will not have the snares. They
We
completely
just saw
replace your
the
power.
pallet explode into blood. That's super fun.
Exactly. So what you can do is you can place these dream pallets around the map. Ultimately, they're only visible to sleeping survivors, and only sleeping survivors can interact with them. Other than like the doctor, where his illusionary pallets will disappear when you get close, and he'll laugh. In this case, when you drop it, the pallet will explode in blood.
So people will actually, stay next to the pallet and then hold on to the button and laugh because you're coming to them, and they'll be able to snap it on your head, but instead it'll explode into blood and then they'll die.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments is smacking somebody through the blood as Freddy.
Yes.
That's very satisfying.
Yeah, also contrary to the doctor, unless I'm mistaken, the doctor can only spawn dream like his fake pallets on already broken pallets, but for the
Yes.
dream pallets, it's on all possible pallet spots from the map. So
Exactly. So as a survivor, your job when you're playing against these dream
To play
pallets
the memory game.
is to play the memory game. It's like that pallet was not there when I was awake, and now it's there when I'm asleep. Interesting. Okay, so as a survivor, you can drop these pallets and burn those pallet spots. But for Freddy, it's super easy to place another one.
Yeah.
So
there's also
ultimately-
an add-ons that makes it that when you drop the pallets, your aura will be revealed for a few seconds. So
Yes.
be careful. Be careful.
Definitely
Yeah,
be
it's-
careful.
Will
It's definitely
windows
not-
of opportunity tell you if the pallet is real or not?
It will tell you there is a aura.
It will tell you there's a pallet.
Yeah.
Basically, it will full windows of opportunity.
Yeah.
So nothing is safe.
Except when you're awake. Now this is the way that you really
Yeah.
you really counter the dream pallets and then the snares as well. Is you wake up and you will not be under effect of these pallets because you will not see them. If you have windows of opportunity, it will not highlight the pallets as you are not
So if you
asleep.
have windows of opportunity and you see pallets and then you fall asleep and you see more pallets, try to remember which ones just popped up,
Pretty much, yeah. And he has a limit of 10, so he can place 10 across the map.
which then refreshes the same way as the
Just
snares.
like the snares.
All right.
Yeah, it's an art power to quantify how strong it is, since it has some mind games element and like fooling the survivors part. But it's really interesting and really makes it, oh, this is a pallet game. I have to remember everything. I think it's a pretty interesting power for both the killer and the survivor.
It gets pretty intense. There's one question that I might expect people to ask, which is, why would you wake up playing against the nightmare? And ultimately, if the killer is very good at using his traps and using his generated teleport, you will want to wake up as quick as possible to not give him that kind of power.
Yeah.
If he's not really good with his traps, it might not be as appealing to wake up, and we might not necessarily need
It
to.
might not be as critical, but it's never an advantage to be sleeping.
No,
It's never good.
no,
But
Yeah.
it might not be that bad.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
unlike
there was that weird part during our first playtest where the lullaby was like before we heard the
directional,
lullaby.
so it gave you so much more information when you're sleeping.
Yeah, so
There's a
but,
question here, and it
not
says,
anymore.
worth repeating. All of these 3 skills are going to be used, or are we going to choose one after the PTB? So no, to repeat that, the dream projection, so being able to teleport to different generators and making them spew blood and everything, that's always going to be there.
Always
For
there.
Freddy,
That's
that's
basic.
basic. He's got that.
yeah.
And the dream snares is basic stuff. You can
Yes.
put the snares, the blood pools, and people step in them, and then they scream, ha ha ha, fun times. And if you use a specific add-on or
Yes.
a specific series of add-ons, you will be able to transform the snares into those fake pallets.
Exactly. So the only thing, so you can have only 2 of these powers at once. You can either have the snares or the pallets, but you always have the dream projection.
There you go. I think that's very well put.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. Peanuts. Peanuts.
Peanuts. Thank you very much, Peanuts. Okay, so the other question that I have
Oh, please ask.
is what happens to the add-ons that I have now and the stuff that I already have collected for Freddy?
Super
I have
great
a
question.
Prestige 2 Freddy, so
It's like you're wearing a shirt too.
Yeah.
It's very. Oh, I like that. In theme. Yes, you'll keep all your add-ons. Ultimately, there might be some add-ons that have changed rarity. We've already seen this with the Wraith. If you've been playing since then, you're ultimately going to keep all the stock that you had.
but the add-ons are going to transform into something else.
They're all going to be different. Not a single one will stay the same.
So, can you give people one hint on an add-on that'll turn into something like
Completely new?
Yeah, the pallets.
Well, the palette one, we already
yeah.
gave that one away.
We already did.
Wait, you want to say exactly which one it is?
Well,
Oh,
I'd
I
like to know.
Oh, you're sneaky.
Well,
Would I say like
Uh,
the garden rake?
yeah, that's good enough.
Okay, I'll
I'll
say
just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay, does adrenaline wake you up?
It should still wake you up.
It should still
Yeah,
wake you
yeah.
up.
We'll see if this is still something that's necessary in the future, but lore-wise, adrenaline
It makes sense.
does that. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Quentin.
Okay, so let's summarize this and go back over everything to make sure that people understood. People like repetition.
Yes.
Is throwing a fake pallet going to notify the killer?
Yes.
Well, yeah, it's like,
Like a
throwing
normal
pallet.
Yeah, like a normal pallet, it does a loud noise, and maybe you'll get revealed by an aura
Exactly.
If he's got the right add-on.
if he's got
Exactly.
the right add-ons.
The killer does not get stunned by the dream pellets.
No.
This is not a thing.
There's a bit of blood, which might hinder your vision. but
I wouldn't count
fine.
on it.
Okay, so very important, micro-sleep, which is the state when you're not sleeping. So kind of awake.
Yeah. You're still in
Micro-sleeping.
Freddy's world.
Allows the nightmare to attack survivors at any point. So
Any
we
point.
call it micro-sleep, so it makes sense in lore that Freddy can affect you at any time you're in a trial with him.
Anytime.
Survivors are always falling asleep, passively, and constantly, right?
Exactly.
60 seconds, usually, to fall asleep,
And then you
unless
conk out.
modified.
Exactly.
Okay. How do you wake up? 3 ways to wake up.
3 ways. So there's failing skill checks. There is using the wake up action, and there is finding your alarm clock.
There you go.
And that one gives you a 30-second pause on the timer.
And then the dream abilities.
Dream snares as a base with the dream projection. And then with an add-on, you can switch the dream snares to dream pallets.
So the dream snares are the pools of blood. You step in, people scream, slows you down, makes you unable to fast vault.
Exactly. And it has a lingering effect of 3 seconds. We did not mention that.
Yes. It's just enough to cut the chase. Literally cut to the chase.
You catch up pretty much at Bloodlust level 1.
Then the projection is when you teleport to a generator.
Yes.
And then the pallets are something you can swap the snares for. And it's a fake pallet that you can put anywhere, and then people put it down, and then it's like a shower of blood, and then you laugh, and then you kill them.
Exactly.
Okay, are actions hindered during sleep? No, not anymore. Ever.
Only with add-ons.
Yeah, there are still add-ons that will slow people down when they're sleeping.
Exactly.
Healing a down healing from down to injured doesn't wake you up anymore.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Basically, it was already kind of easy to. Well, I mean, there's already a lots of way to put you to wake yourself up. So we didn't think it was necessary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before it was super necessary, as Freddy was using those people to.
Yeah. Before it was there was too much strength in the sleep because it allowed him to hit you, and there was a 50% action reduction, and yeah.
Exactly.
Does the dream pallet count as a pallet for Spirit Fury?
That's crazy. I hope not. If it does, I'm going to remove it.
No, you're not breaking it.
You're not breaking it, right?
Yeah, Spirit Fury is
Yeah.
only charged up when you breaks it, so
Yeah.
you're never gonna break it. It just explodes in blood. So
Survivors.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
gonna
sure you're
write
going to go
that
and
anyways.
check, but Okay, with Object of Obsession, can you see if Freddy wants to teleport to a gen?
You're going to see his animation change, right?
Yeah, but you don't know if he's canceling it.
He might just cancel at the last second.
Because you always know if he wants to teleport to something, because that something is going to be showered into blood. If you're seeing the gen, you'll know that it's got blood coming out.
And you also have Freddy coming on the ground.
And if you see Freddy, you're going to see that he's doing his animation, so you know that he's doing that right now.
Exactly.
I think there's an add-on that makes it so that when you're charging up, all the gens spew blood.
But you're forced to go. You can't cancel anymore with it.
Yeah, but that means that if you see the gen burst into blood, it doesn't mean that Freddy's coming to yours.
No. I played against it today again, and it
Yeah.
was quite fun. So every time the generator would explode in blood, I was just like, there's no person coming out of it. There's no fake Freddy. Oh, he's using the add-on. Shit. Okay. I never know if he's going to come anymore.
Yeah.
So I kind of ran every time. Just to be careful. But it should be quite interesting. That will be an ultra rare, I believe. No, it's not an ultra rare. It's
Do
actually
traps
rare.
have a cooldown?
No.
So the snares,
No.
do they have a cooldown?
No.
No, it's a 1 second to place,
Yes.
but that's it.
Yeah, and after
Yeah,
that, they
they
have
work
a-
on a token system, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like the ag. There's no
Yeah.
cooldown on the ag. You're always limited by the amount you can place.
Yeah, and where you want to place them. And then in addition to that, they have a 5-second duration. So they will have a lifetime of 5 seconds, or they'll be active. So you can get
So
slowed again
once
if you step
someone
back in it.
triggers it,
Yeah.
it's active for 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then if you have triggered it, and once you've left the trap, well, you're going to start a timer for 3 seconds, where you're going to continue to be slowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do the snares disappear once they're used? Yes, there's a 3 seconds.
Yeah.
A lot of people are asking if the Mori is going to change. Does the Mori change?
Not for the moment.
So because of the fact that he's not invisible anymore by default, we had to fiddle with the Mori. But the Mori should be the same
The animation
as it
is
was.
pretty much the same.
Yeah, it should be
The effect is going to be slightly different. Can Freddy see people across the map when they are inside the dream
No.
state? Not anymore.
Of course not. Since the sleep is a lot more, it's inevitable and it's all the time there and it's passive. You no longer see the aura.
So there's no auras outside the radius, specifically.
There's no aura outside the radius, which is good because if there was if you could see auras, there could not be the generator teleport.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's a much more fun kind of map pressure to be able to teleport than to just auto find people.
Yeah.
And people didn't know their auras were being shown a lot of the times,
also.
and that led to a lot of frustration.
Good question. Can Freddy teleport to gens that are already done?
No, they can't teleport. So Freddy can't teleport to completed gens or blocked gens. So
Blocked
example,
for any reason.
any reason. So if you use corrupt intervention and the 3 generators are blocked at the start of the match, you cannot teleport to those gens. If you close the hatch and now you've blocked all the rest of the generators, completed all the other ones,
You can't teleport anymore.
you can't teleport at all. So your power actually is diminished over the type period of the game for your map mobility.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really that diminished because the parts of the map where there's no gens, you don't really want to be there anyway.
Usually there's less
Yeah.
chances of action going there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, during the end game, it's quite a hit since you can't use it at all. But
Yes.
yeah, you can do like I guess some kind of extended 3 gens like with 2 since you can just jump
From one to
instantly
another.
from one.
And you
Yeah.
got
That's very long ago.
Well, you still have a cooldown. You
Yeah.
can't use it all the time. You have to wait a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so will small game work with the traps, with the
Yes.
snares? Yes, it does. Absolutely. No aura, no gen, speed, debuff. What is the point of being asleep?
So this is what I mentioned earlier, and why I said this is the question that's going to be asked, and it will not be the last time, I'm sure. If Freddy is really good with his traps, what we expect is the players will want to get out of the dream to not be affected by the traps.
Yeah.
In chases, it's a lot easier to get away if you don't have to step on the snares or pay attention to fake pallets or real pallets. Now you can take a gamble and stay asleep, but this just gives Freddy more power. So it's up to
Well, that's
you.
the thing, is it reduces by, what, 15% the cooldown of the generator teleport?
Per person asleep.
Per person asleep.
Yeah.
So it's significant.
Yes. We're going to find out exactly how strong it is when it goes into the public. But ultimately, that's the reason why you may want to get out of the dream. But we're not forcing you to get out of the dream.
Will the teleport be ready when the round starts, or does it start on a cooldown?
Is
You
it-
can teleport as soon as you get it.
I think we're going to put it on cooldown when it starts.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of information you can get at the start of the game.
It's true.
With certain add-ons, you might have people who already started sleep, for example. Another little hint. or people are falling asleep after the 60 seconds, you're going to get a faster regeneration at that point.
Can you burn dream snares with flashlights?
No, not at the moment. But this is actually an interesting question. I just don't know how, if it's too easy and you're running and you're able to do it, it might make it so that they become very ineffective. I don't know
Yeah, I mean,
how we would look at that.
And since it's one of his main powers, it'd be a little...
You can sabotage the bear traps.
It's true. And you can burn the hag's traps and then there's nothing left.
And the
Except
wraith when
she's
he's
awesome.
invisible. She is. I like the hag.
Okay, can Freddy recharge his
Yeah,
traps
but
or
the
is
thing
it
is,
10? Yeah,
the ag traps and the bear traps are hard to see. Freddy's traps are not.
No, they're super in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bloody.
Can Freddy recharge his traps or is it 10? He doesn't need to recharge, it's like the hag's trap. So when you do the 9th one, it actually removes the first one.
All right.
What does it say? Does his teleport have infinite range?
Yes.
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 If you see a generator and that one's available, you can
You
go.
can go.
Yeah, of course, you can't go to another trial though.
No.
No, you can't. No.
You can't
So
switch
it's,
from
it's limited to a trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
It's a really good point. Yeah. Interesting design decision for the future.
That'd be kind of cool though. Killer can teleport between trials.
And now I'm done with this map. There's no more pallets. Let's go to another one.
That's terrible. Let's not do that. Okay, let's put that with the flying killer.
Yes.
Let's not do that.
Are we doing that? When
No.
do we do that? Oh man.
Early prototype, the prototype, we had a flying killer.
The prototype.
Yeah,
The
and
be-
it
the
was
beta type?
unplayable. It was just too powerful.
That's
You
amazing.
just fly up and go, oh, there they are, and then you kill them.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what are
Okay.
pallets when you can fly?
Can you dead hard over the snare? I don't
Probably.
believe you can.
Really?
You only dead hard 0.5.
I
Oh, maybe the dead hard's not long enough to actually cover the whole
I think
snare.
you only go like a meter.
How big is the snare?
It's like a
2
meter.
meter. It has like a 1 meter radius, so 2 meters diameter.
Yes.
So,
So
probably
ma-
not. Try it and die.
Good luck.
When he teleports to a gen, is there going to be a warning that he's coming, or is it just going to be there instantly? So yeah, you definitely weren't there at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, there's an about 4 seconds channel time. So
3 seconds. So the
I
way-
mean, but with the start of the animation and
absolutely. Well, on
Yeah.
the survivor side, you get 5 seconds of blood coming out of the generator,
And then you see a husk of Freddy.
coming out of the ground beside the generator. So ultimately, you should have plenty of time to decide to run or hide, urban evasion, whatever you would like. That's the time to do it.
There you go. Yeah, I think we've pretty much gone around everything. There was some very, very decent questions in there. Very good
I'm
questions.
sure there will be way more, and they can
Well,
ask
that's it.
us on the forums, right?
Yes, they can ask us on the forums. We'll be happy to take them. You can also wait until Tuesday
And check it on the
and then
PTB.
check on the PTB and play and enjoy, and then ask us questions, and then help us refine it so that we can make some tweaks. And when it goes live a little later, it's perfect.
A little
Ish.
later. I like that. Yeah. Soon
Yeah.
after the
I
PTB.
tried too small. Will small game warn you of fake pallets? No, no.
I don't. Does it trigger on fake pallets right now?
we already had this conversation there.
I'm pretty sure we did. We go all over the place.
Yeah, but-
By the way, throughout this whole development, we go back and forth so many times on everything that we're thinking about doing. Oh, so we should try this. No, that's not good. Oh wait, no, we should try it now. Oh, okay. And he's like, we already did this.
Oh, so
yeah, but okay, so basically right now, small game works on dream pallets. Small game is not a particularly strong perk, so we don't think that it's a problem to buff it. Of course, I had my reserves about it, but
That's fair.
I mean, it's not. I think it will be alright. I don't think small game will be a meta perk because of it, unless Freddy's gets in every game.
Yeah, and he uses pallets every game. The other thing is that his he can use it for snares.
Yeah.
The cone is so large that in the
for a small game.
for small game that in some cases you're going to have a double pallet and you won't know which one's the fake one.
True.
I was running around a car, and I think I was playing against Pat, and I went around the car multiple times, and there was 2 pallets, and I'm like, which one's real? Which one's real? They were both fake. They were both fake.
That's amazing.
Oh, God damn it!
It does. Andy is saying that it does. Small game.
It does
Yeah.
small game.
Do sacrifice survivor count as sleeping survivors?
No.
Shorting the cooldown of the
No.
teleport.
So
No.
as you kill people in the match, your potential to do generate teleport reduces.
I'm sorry to tell you, but sleeping is not the same as being dead.
Not sleeping with the fishes.
No,
That's
really
not
not.
what we say in Dead by Daylight.
will Freddy know if a pallet is fake?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, he's going to have...
Basically, there's a special VFX on the pallets, and you'll be able to see the outlines up to a certain distance. Is it 24 meters, I think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or 16. I played between both.
Will the
I
real
see.
broken pallets, broken bits be visible when a fake pallet
No.
is placed over it? No.
No.
No,
That'll
it
be
will
it.
disappear. It will be just too easy to tell.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
bit of a dead giveaway. Yeah.
Sorry, you thought you'd found a life hack, but
No.
We had also thought about making it so like the pallets didn't have collision.
Yeah.
So when you're running around, you can be like, this one's fake. And then you can try to drop it or whatever the case may be, but we decided to keep the collision.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're done here. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Thierry.
no problem.
Thank you, Stefan.
Thank you, Matt.
It was a pleasure. So hopefully you enjoyed this very informative little moment with us. If you have more questions, as we said, forums are a great way to talk about this. Let's start some conversation going in the Discord, everywhere. Yes, the PTB is on July 9th, which is next Tuesday. Join us and give the new Freddy a try, and then let us know if you think we did a good job.
Please.
Yeah, no, of course, we did a darn good job.
That's
there
true.
it is.
That's
There it
true.
is.
Oh, sorry,
We almost made it
That's
through the
nice.
whole thing without a darn.
Yeah.
Oh well. That was good.
Sorry, I had to break it, so sorry.
I'm pretty sure Gab is
Couldn't
like,
resist.
yes!
Francois, do you have a bleep button now? No? Okay, we're just saying goodbye now? Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you guys later.